Hi guys, it's the Zach Lope back to another episode of Fleuret Blanc. In the last one, I don't remember. Oh yeah, I won that, I won this urn. Okay, I need to click on that to make it work again. There we go. Yeah, I won this urn. That's what happened last time. Duh. Forgive me, I have a terrible memory. Especially when it comes to having stopped a session and then going back into it. I am terrible at that.
Salut.
Okay, I can gossip to you. Okay. So that's Slay, what's his name? I'm never gonna get his name right. Ever. It's not gonna happen. Ivor Pianoria. I'm looking at his email. At fleuretblanc.com. What? The ringtone is the same. I want it enabled. Okay, so the one thing I don't get about this feature is that it's here, but it doesn't pop up during the thing. What would have made it a little better is if it would have popped up in like one of the corners, made that little sound for a bit, and then went away. Just let you know, oh, you have a new message. Now go check your thing whenever's convenient to you. Neuvieme. Okay, so I'm probably just gonna go over all of his stuff because he's gonna give me a bunch of bits over the course of, like, just chatting about himself. I got my new pants to replace the old ones, but now I feel like throwing away the old ones would be a waste. If I got a sewing machine, maybe I could fix up the old ones. That's a good idea, right? Why not? If I bought a set of scented candles, would you want to use some? They come in bulk. Too many for me to use. If I had a kitchen table, I'd like to get a basket of those plastic fruits. Maybe I'll get a table for my room. We could all snack in there. I've had my eye on a fantastic armoire in a magazine I brought back from the city. I wonder if they'll deliver it all the way out here. I wouldn't mind a new recliner. It's nice to sit back and read a book. So, what I've learned so much is this guy's a man hat of tastes. He's very fancy. Oh, I lose too much of my stuff in my room. Maybe it's a little too cluttered in here. Poor guy. Have you seen my deck of cards? I'm in no hurry to find them, but they've been missing for a week. Ouch. Worry about what's for dinner. Maybe I'll try to get a game of poker going tonight. That'd be fun. I'd like to play poker. Sometimes I think about learning English, but I don't feel like I can commit the time to it. Once you're as old as I am, it's hard to train yourself to speak differently. He's older then. Last week I dreamed I was a watermelon floating down a river. What does it mean? I have no idea. Once you've had a wine from Alsace, you can die happy. I've been spending too much money. Every time I leave the chateau, I come back with mountains of stuff. You should see some of the wonderful bargains I found. He's a shopaholic too. Mediterranean food is astounding. I am full on board with that. Give me hummus with sea salt pitas and I'm floating. Oh, I love hummus. I love Mediterranean food. Just a little while ago, I actually went to a restaurant. And it was really good. And I don't think I've ever had, like, authentic Mediterranean food. And I am now in love with it. And I want more. When I was younger, my mother used to make me the most delicious pain perdu in Paris. What is pain perdu? Sometimes when I close my eyes, I can still taste the powdered sugar. Never heard of that. Good to see you, miss. I hope your day is going well. I got my new pants to replace the... Okay, so... I've shuffled through all of his stuff. Yep. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, come on. Go to where I want. Amara. What do you have to say about Amara? Didn't want to press escape again. What do you have to say about Amara? I love Amara's taste. She has a good eye for quality. You can tell she doesn't waste money on the things with no value or short life. Ooh, update character profile. Not only does our decor match perfectly, but she'll never have to replace any of it unless she wants to. It's all top of the line. You don't think she could get equally functional stuff at a lesser price? Equally functional, maybe, but where's the quality of life in that? I have nothing against nature, but why stop progress and stay wild? Maybe vacuum cleaners are more expensive than brooms, but if we're capable of affording such a luxury, why not? We're humans, after all. And by paying for another man's ideas, we're watering his mind, propagating invention and scientific discovery, nursing progress. That is brilliant, right there. It's all how you view civilization, I suppose. I've never thought about it that way. I've always been the kind of person to say, if it works, then if I can get something that works just as well for less, I'm still gonna have that mentality. But that's a very interesting mentality, that you're supporting inventors and such. Amara is a perfect lady. Oh wait, he's saying a different thing. Almost too perfect. In the Victorian era, she may have an ideal human. Now she's just pompous. It seems no one really gets along with her. Actually, we get along fine. We don't speak each other's languages, but we both read plenty of books, so we share that knowledge base. So these two have never really talked then. Amara especially is a specialist in literature. I thought I saw a space between the ES and the Peshali. I was confused. I rarely see her do more than practice, but ask her about... What was that? Well, ask her about almost any book and she'll have read it. I hear she's an excellent writer as well, but I don't think she has interest in more than occasional poetry. I believe her favorite book is Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. Still, communicating this is hard. We sort of nod, point, and walk the other way. Amara's prized possession is a metronome with a crooked bar. The thing. It's perhaps the only crooked thing she owns. She's the type of woman who throws away sheets with holes or shoes that are a year old. If she keeps anything that's already broken, she must really care for it. I imagine so. I love Amara's taste. Okay. So, before, I don't think I'd gotten multiple bits on each subject. I don't think I've gotten multiple. So, I'm gonna have to check a bunch of these again. What do you have to say about can't? There I go again, pressing the escape button when I shouldn't be pressing the escape button.
Salut.
Well, Kant is always somewhat of a strange fellow, always talking about the moon. If you see his prized possession, you surely won't be confused. It's the only thing he owns that isn't associated with the moon in some way. I'm gonna be honest, I thought his prized possession was the telescope. What? Honestly, I think he tricked the judges on that. He clearly cares for his lunar wristwatch more than anything. I always wondered what drove Kant to join Foyle to begin with. When you think about it, he's the only one with no interest in anything Foyle has to offer. Kant is the second thorn in my and Odon's side. Odon. When he and Roland team up, there's nothing that can stop them. Try playing a card game with a man who knows all the loopholes and a man who can do calculus in his head. There's no way to win. Sounds about right. Is this the... Okay, yeah, it's probably a max of 3. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, what's the next topic? What is the next topic? Oh my god, would you stop that? What have I learned? You know, besides the fact that there's an attic. Monolingual French, and he's from Paris. Bilingual French and English, newest member for me. I almost know everything about him. Acquaintance. Stranger. Pompous, reads and writes well, likes expensive things. Sound about right? He's still a stranger. Okay? Hall closet keypad. Calendar, the date? What? Am I supposed to know the current date? Because I do not remember in the current date. For people, one's already dead, 2 in comas. Not from France. Not really sure how that's important right now, but... Unknown conclusion. We got a ton of stuff that we still gotta figure out. Let's get back on track. No way we're gonna do it if we just look at the stuff without knowing what we're looking at. Auntie. What do you have to say about Judge Auntie?
Salut.
Judge Auntie is a strange one, isn't she? But she's only ever been nice to me. Oh, I misunderstood that. She's only ever been nice to him, which means... What I thought is that she was mean to everyone else, which is not the case. But no, what he's saying here is the only time she's ever interacted with him was she was nice. She's nice to Roland, too, you know. In fact, if she didn't judge bouts, he'd never get extra points with his salute. If you forget who has your trophy, she'll tell you. I mean, she watches every bout, but... So she has to remember who was what. Oh, wait, can you tell me more? No, it's just that one bit. Okay. I am not good with words, apparently. I thought I was. I thought I was better than this. I'm not. What do you have to say about Judge Nickel?
Salut.
I don't talk to the male judge much, Judge Nickel. He's a bit of a hectic, but somewhat distant. Do you have any of the car defenses? He handles those. He's sort of a little rule enforcer. Okay, you told me nothing new. But I suppose you can't know everything about everyone. Stop. Ugh. It's really sensitive. And it likes to go right past where I'm going, and then at other times it doesn't want to... What is this? Points of interest, conclusions, confrontations. Huh. What are confrontations? Oh boy. Let's try this again. Have you had Grams make your lunch in the mornings, Lady? Oh, I was thinking. Oh my God. It's the person who's not faded out. Have Grams make your lunch in the mornings, Neuvieme? I'm always gonna get that wrong. Oh, how I loathe Judge Graham's atrocious cooking. It sours my mouth and curdles my stomach. I grew up in Paris, miss. Paris. My sophisticated tongue was never made for such harsh and destructive treatment. And all of that ginger, why must you use so much? Florentine, I will die before I eat any more of her disgusting mockery of food. I mean, I'm not saying you have to like it, but that is a little rude. That is a little rude. Squeaker. Oh wait, no. Did I get a second bit from Nickel? I don't remember. This game is gonna drive me crazy.
Salut.
No, nothing new. Okay, come on. Where I was on, yeah, I want to see if there's another one on Judge Graham's. Probably not, but...
Salut.
Yeah, no, he hates her cooking. I'm gonna go over it one more time, just in case... Okay, yeah, it's the same thing. I was just curious as to whether changing subjects would, reset the cycle, so to speak. Didn't seem that way. Next is Squeaker. What do you have to say about the dog? If he even is a dog.
Salut.
Squeaker is quite a French gentleman. We get along well. He gets along with everyone. I imagine so. He's extremely amiable and well-mannered. We often share a bottle of Chablis while I scratch his side. Good company. If you're ever clueless about what you should do next, ask for his advice. I usually do. I don't think I've done that once, actually. Oh, here, it's a new one. Squeaker tells many stories, most of which I already know, but with an interesting angle. I heard him retelling the picture of Dorian Gray in the perspective of the picture itself, an important piece of art logged from sight. What? I often wonder if the tales he tells are imaginings he's derived from all of this literary art. Who knows? Sounds like he's quite the imaginative dog person. Squeaker is inspiring. He knows French and English and dog. How many other languages does he know? No clue, but it shows impressive. He'd come handy in traveling. He certainly would, if you were allowed to leave. We shouldn't forget that he's a pet, plain and simple. He cannot leave here at will like you and I can. Okay, maybe I just missed something, but I don't think I can leave at will. Anything else? Quite the French gentleman. Nope. Okay, let's get out of this. Get to the next subject. Oh, come on. Pennington, come on. Pennington the garbage man.
Salut.
Have you met Pennington? Who? The garbage man. He comes early in the morning. I can't say that I have. Honestly, who befriends the garbage man? Yeah, that's all he has to say. I figured as much. Doesn't seem to have much of an interest in such a topic. Okay, what's next? Statues. What do you have to say about the statues around this place?
Salut.
I'm fascinated by the statues here. I'm not sure who decorated, but they were geniuses. For example, the statue just outside my room makes homage to a classic book by H.G. Wells. Did the designer of the Winter Castle enjoy literature as much as I do? Is that the crab arm statue? Didn't the judges decorate? If you think the judges decorated this place, then you must be familiar with much different judges than I am. Oh, anything else? No, it's just the same thing. Just the same thing. Nope, nope. I pressed enter one too many times. There we go. I mean, it might not have been the judges that are here now, but there are a lot of judges. Right? Monolingual bio. So apparently the fact that he's monolingual has to do with something. Maybe someone's gonna claim that he spoke to them in English, and I'm gonna say, nope! That didn't happen! Portraits and decor.
Salut.
Even more wonderful than these statues or the paintings, every one of them is connected to classic literature. Amara knows all about the decor as well, almost as if she decorated it herself. Have you seen the one displaying Agatha Christie's work or Hemingway? Absolutely wonderful. I've often thought about buying some of them when I leave Foyle. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that your prized possession is a book. Of course, I love reading. That particular book is very important to me. Interesting. It makes me think what my prized possession would be. I don't think I have one. I don't think I have one. Oh, shoot. My computer... Okay, so here's the thing. While I've said before that I have to have my computer and stuff to function, to pick one object, especially since I view other things so much more important. I consider myself a storyteller. I've created stories of my own. Someday I'd like to see them be made into something big. I think that's my prized possession, but that's not something that can be taken away from me. I don't know. I don't really know. Because it wouldn't be like the hard drive that contains a lot of my files. I can back that up and have another hard drive. That's not the thing. I don't know. I don't think I can answer that question. That is interesting.
Salut.
The plants could use a little more care around here. Most of them are wilting or dead. Whose job is it? And why are these why are there aloes? They just don't seem to fit. Aloes? I think Roland pays more attention to them than I do. Does he? Does he? If I remember correctly, the person who seemed to have the most information about them, at least. Oh no, he figured out the code. Okay. Or something like that. He's a very clever individual from what I've seen so far. Food and drinks. What do you think about food and drinks? Are you just going to go on about the cooking here?
Salut.
Feel free during noon. Why not eat your meals with me and the others in the dining room? I should probably do that, especially since I'm probably getting hungry. If I never go near that damned vending machine, full of junk, garbage, damaging to the tongue. What's yet is that anything that Grams makes. I'm sure I don't have to tell you. Where does he buy her produce? Her healthy food is hardly healthy. Maybe some hot alcohol would help you wash it down. It helped me. Really? I thought you seemed a little light, miss. Don't hit the bar too hard. Anything else? Fortunately, when Foyle offers room and board, the board refers to Graham's home cooking, which tastes like particle board. It's sad, but members have to approach her in the morning if they want lunch at noon. Oh, I didn't do that. I am playing this game all wrong. Okay, it's the same thing. So where's this guy get his food from? Does he just head out of town every time? Seems a bit of a annoyance to me. Maybe he makes his own food, who knows? I mean, I guess it wouldn't be past the point of reason to where he could just buy a fridge and put his food. So it is technically time for me to go, but since this has been nothing but talking, I'm going to make this go another 10 minutes so we can get a lot of that talking out of the way and move on with other more important things. So,
Salut.
if you find anything interesting around here, be sure to come and gossip about it. That's it? That's it? Not very helpful. Okay, what do we have next? Chateau areas, current events. Current events?
Salut.
We get so stuffed up in here, it's common for members to talk about current events as the outside world. Remy may not be big, but it might be worth a visit. I think it's a 6-hour walk. 6-hour walk? Oh my god, that would kill me. That would kill me. I'm trying to walk more, but that right there would kill me. Oh. Okay, what's next? Chateau Curiosities. Wait a minute. Okay. Musical tastes. What are your musical tastes?
Salut.
Roland plays the piano. Did you know that? And fairly well. Sometimes I hear him tapping the keys early in the morning. It's a nice sound to wake up to. If you ask nicely, I'm sure he'll give you a recording. Do dogs like music? I'm not sure. Gossip about music. That's a little hard, don't you think? Well, I guess Junior's quite the oddity when it comes to musical taste. Have you ever known someone who listened to video game music? Oh, I gotta meet this Junior. Oh, that sounds amazing. So, it doesn't seem to me like he has any particular music taste so much as he just enjoys it? I don't know. But I gotta meet this Junior now. It's gotta happen. Chateau Curiosities, what do you got for me?
Salut.
There are safes in every room made for guests. I guess that should mean that there are 7, but Kant mentioned he didn't have one. Really? That's weird. Maybe they accidentally put his safe outside of his room or something. They come in handy. I bet there are plenty of things I could stick in there. Do you use it? Oh. That wasn't him. Oh, if only you knew the great things I keep. Oh, he's a very materialistic person from what I've seen so far. He probably has a ton of stuff. Safes in every room. Can't mention he didn't have one. Come on. Stop doing that, Zach. No. I'm in the Pokemon Center loop. There we go. Okay. What's next? Musical taste, Chateau Curiosities. I think I just have to talk to him about Roland. I'm gonna go and revisit some of the other characters, see what they've got to say. I keep pressing buttons too many times. Roland goes on and on about how I have too much stuff, but have you seen his room? It's filthy and filled to the brim. Pointed out and he just laughs it off as if he needs all that stuff, but let's face it, he enjoys luxuries just like the rest of us. Ever place an object in your room just because it's beautiful or because it reminds you of childhood? There's no harm in that. I don't really do that. That Roland is an interesting fellow, always breaking the rules, but so perfectly. I almost envy the way his strange mind can warp impossible situations in his favor. I just thought of my prized possession. Oh my god, I have a little Beanie Baby from when I was a kid, and that thing is probably one of my greatest treasures. I remembered it because it's in my room. And he just mentioned something that reminds you of childhood. That's it! That's it! If I lost that monkey, that little monkey, it's a little monkey Beanie Baby named Mooch. If I ever lost that thing, I would be out of my mind. That's it! That's my prized possession. And don't you dare play board games with him. He knows the rule of every one of them. There isn't a gambit he can't execute effectively. Yet Odin and I continue to play cards against him. I've lost my fair share, but Odin has lost the most. A bit of a gambler he is. Ooh. Our best bet is to play billiards with him. There aren't many tricks he can pull without the corresponding skills. Maybe you should do business with him at some time. He's really good at teaching techniques he's mimicked. Ever wonder what's in Roland's urn? I've never been able to open it. I know something's in there, though. I've shaken it around. Once he told me he kept an old comic books inside. I believed it until he told Squeaker it was an empty urn gifted from his father. So we don't know what's... Okay, yeah, that's the same thing. We don't know what's in Roland's urn. Whatever it is, though, it's a thing. It's a thing. Okay, so I believe I can get some information from Neuvieme. Neuvieme fills his life with whatever can make him happy. Not much thought is necessary. When he sees a beautiful piece of pottery that would fit his well on his shelf, he purchases it. It would look great in his room, yes? The feeling of his life is the feeling of his soul, I believe. Everything he owns by choice, and that is very important to him. Would not every person wish that to believe that the contents of their life are of their soul choosing? I should hope so. After all, if you keep your walls bare, you risk leaving space open for another to fill. Should that happen, you are but a speck in the sand dune of someone else's interest. Huh. Okay, yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. What else do we got? God, I'm running out of time again, and I want to get all this talking done in a single episode. I skipped over Squeaker. Oops. Whoa, 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 whoa. I was on him. So go to Amara. Oh, shoot. Miss Deliva surrounds herself with only the best things. They must work with the best, last the longest, look the most wonderful, and be the most expensive. Not much else matters to her. That's a lot of criteria. There's no way she can fill every one of those. Should it? If she cannot feel positively about these things... Oh, if she cannot feel positively about these things unless they cost her money, then why buy them? What would be the point? I believe that she wants to see what she longs to be, if I may get poetic. What? And if everything in your home is extraordinary, you may be inspired to be the same. Okay. Ooh. For a woman like herself who aspires to such personal perfection, she must find it befitting to be surrounded by perfection as well. Yeah, I'm thinking that he's just gonna talk to me about the same, that's the same tidbit. It's not gonna be much new. I was on Amara, so now we're on Can't Revise. Kant is obsessed with an object he cannot pass. Okay, I've gone over this one. I've seen that one. Where's Kant? Where's Kant? Auntie, what does he have to say about Judge Auntie? He's probably gonna repeat something. Friendly judge, took care of caring for the chateau. Okay, so I'm gonna end this here. But I'm gonna go through, talk to a bunch of the characters, see what I can learn, and then I'll go over the more important stuff that I learned. So, not to waste your time. But I am loving how in-depth this is. I will see you next time, guys. Bye!